I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Kenny. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. But y'all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Welcome in. It is Thursday, December 14th. I'm your host, Ben Hassler. We are here today. We got Thursday night football, Chargers, Raiders. It's like a good old preseason game tonight. We got Easton Stick versus Aiden O'Connell. So that should be fun. Josh Jacobs may not play, so it really might be like a preseason game. We got some Zamir White action. So we're going to talk Thursday night football. We're going to go through the bowl games, and we're going to fill out this college bowl pick'em. Perfect. You get $1 million. I mean, no one's going perfect, but we're going to fill it out. I'm going to play in some more pools than I thought. I didn't realize like how, I guess I should have assumed this, but I don't know. I didn't realize how dumb just the public is. Like, I don't know, like, looking at some of these pick percentages, like, yeah, I'm going to be playing in some more of these pools, I think. So we're going to fill this out, and then we will discuss some Thursday night football. Roger Goodell, Mitchell, what did Roger Goodell do? Fill me in. What did he do? Well, I mean, I don't like Roger Goodell, but I don't. What did he specifically do that's making you so upset? Pick'em is similar to Survivor. Yeah, it's just you just pick. It's like a March Madness bracket. You just pick every game, and then like you get points if the game is right, and whoever has the most points wins. But it's a little bit easier than March Madness because you don't have to like the teams that like if you pick wrong, like you're not wrong in the next round. Like it's just one game, except for the end. Oh, make me watch the Raiders versus Chargers. Yeah, I mean, it could be fun. Like that Steelers-Patriots game was actually pretty fun. So maybe this game will end up being fun. So, all right. So let's get into some of these games here. So, just first and foremost, you guys remember when I've made college basketball like March Madness videos in the past? Use this public pick percentage to your advantage. Number one, know the field size that you're competing against is very, very important. So if you're playing in a pool against, 50 to 100 people, I would say to play pretty chalky in terms of look at the Vegas favorites and play through that. If you're playing in a larger field, 1,000 people or more, then you can start to get a little weird. But I don't think the general public is weighing Vegas odds whatsoever or knows anything about these teams whatsoever when they're picking. I think they're just picking based off of these numbers right here. As you can see, we're getting a prime example of the public not knowing what's going on in the first game, which locks this Saturday at 11 a.m. Ohio versus Georgia Southern. Ohio's like entire team opted out. So Georgia Southern opened at plus 3.5. They're actually minus 3.5 currently to win this game. So yes, you're reading this correctly. 87% of people on ESPN are picking Ohio to win this game, despite Georgia Southern being favored and like Ohio's entire team opted out. So that just tells me like that just people don't know what's going on and they're just looking at like, oh, Ohio's 9-3 versus a team that's 6-6. I'll take Ohio. So we're gonna take Georgia Southern in that game. In the Celebration Bowl, Florida A&M is clearly a better team here. I'm gonna take them. Louisiana versus Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State is the favorite here. I believe they're -2.5 or so. Florida A&M is touchdown favorites, by the way, in this game versus Howard. Just so you guys know. But Jacksonville State is 2.5-point favorites. Rich Rodriguez has really surprised people this year with this team. Going 8-4 in their first year in Division I. So I'm gonna go with them here. I think they're a better team. This is another one that really stuck out to me. Miami of Ohio has had a ton of opt-outs. They're down to like their third or fourth quarterback in this game. App State is only being picked 43% of the time because they're 8-5 versus an 11-2 team. App State is touchdown favorites in this game. Like this is a massive edge. Being able to get App State as -250 favorites at 43% of the time. Load in App State. This is a fun game. Fresno State, New Mexico State. Fresno State, they don't have their coach here. He's had some health issues going on. New Mexico State, I don't know off the top of my head if Pavia is going to play, but that backup that came in for him in their last game, he looked decent. New Mexico State, they play very, very hard, and I don't think they have a significant amount of opt-outs here. They are 3.5-point favorites in this game, so we can comfortably take New Mexico State over Fresno State. Boise State versus UCLA. This is another advantage, I think. UCLA's 4.5-point favorites here, but it's roughly 50-50 in terms of the pick percentages across the two teams. Boise State's quarterback, Taylor Green, he will not be playing in this game for them. So I think we can take UCLA there. Cal, Texas Tech is a fun game. Cal, slight underdogs here, +126 on FanDuel. It's a 3-point spread. This is a tougher one for me. This is one where I think I'm comfortable like maybe taking the lower owned pick just because I think these teams are pretty close to even. There's nothing crazy in terms of the spread. So I might go with a lower owned Cal here. I kind of like this Cal team. Making sure I didn't miss any games. Okay, this is another just big advantage here for us in the Toastery Bowl, Old Dominion, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's like entire team, like Ohio, has opted out. We actually bet in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, we bet Old Dominion at +1. They are now 2.5-point favorites with juice on them. They're only getting picked 15% of the time. People know Western Kentucky, but they don't know that a lot of their players are not playing. So give me Old Dominion there as a 15% picked team. Marshall, UTSA. UTSA has just taken so much money. They were like 10-point favorites for a while. They're almost 2 touchdown favorites. I think UTSA is going to absolutely smoke Marshall in this game, so just give me them. Mitchell, you said something about UFC. Yeah, who's Mitchell? Who's that guy? He's got like obviously it's a foreign guy, but he went. I think he's undefeated. Who's that guy? I don't know if you. I don't know. I don't know if that does anything for you if you know who I'm talking about. But he wears like the thing on his head when he comes out. You got to tell me who this guy is in the chat because I'm betting on that guy if he fights this weekend. I'm pretty sure he does because I saw something about it. Yeah, Mitchell, that guy. I'm betting on that guy. I'm putting that guy in a parlay with I'm gonna pick 2 college teams and then him, and I'll post it in the Discord. But I'm betting on that guy. I don't know anything about UFC, but I know that you bet on that guy when he fights. That guy's crazy. All right, let's get back in here. The Boca Raton Bowl here. We got South Florida versus Syracuse. I'm trying to find the odds for this game, and it's just not giving it to me. Let me pull something up here. Looks like Syracuse slight favorite. I'm going to pull up DraftKings. Let's see what the odds are on DraftKings for this game here. Syracuse is -3, -155. I'm gonna go with them in this one. I haven't dug into that specific game yet, so in terms of like opt-outs, I don't know on that game, but I will trust Vegas that they're -3. There is some juice on South Florida to cover that though on DraftKings. That's awesome. Yeah, I literally, I don't know anything about UFC, but that guy, I know you bet on him, so I'm gonna bet on that guy. UCF and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is 5-point dogs here. Um, we'll ride with Travis and the UCF Knights here. Haven't dug into that game either. Duke and Troy is the next game here. Duke plus 250, 7.5-point dogs. Obviously, we know like Riley Leonard will not be playing for them. He's on his way to Notre Dame. So you can give me Troy, Northern Illinois versus Arkansas State. This is a 50-50 game. Arkansas State's being picked 64% of the time, but Vegas has it almost as a pick 'em. So just based off that, give me Northern Illinois for a much lower pick percentage, given that the Vegas has a pretty close game. I'll take the lower owned matchup. One of my teams, man, of the season, you guys know early on we were hammering Air Force. They got hung up with a bunch of injuries late season. They are slight dogs to James Madison, but James Madison, they did have some opt-outs. Their quarterback, I don't know if he's in the portal. I don't know if he's going to be playing for them. Obviously, their coach is going to be leaving, so I'm not sure on this one. It is a close spread. I'll lean with my squad just because, but I don't know like who's playing for James Madison. I haven't looked yet. Utah State, Georgia State. Another close one. Pretty much a pick 'em in Vegas. Utah State -115, Georgia State -105. Similar strategy to above. I'm just going to take the team being picked 24% of the time when Vegas has it almost 50-50. Eastern Michigan, South Alabama. South Alabama is just monster favorites here. I mean, are pretty much. I think the biggest favorite of any bowl game, South Alabama. So I'm just going to take them. Like the fact that 20% of people are picking Eastern Michigan when they're 17-point underdogs. I haven't even seen, I don't remember a bowl game being 17 points. I mean, that's insane. Georgia's only like 14 over Florida State, like massive underdogs. And 20% of the people are picking them. So give me South Alabama there. Utah, Northwestern. We have Utah pretty sizable favorites here, but they're so public, man. Look at this, 91% picked. I'll pick them, but don't love anything there. San Jose State versus Coastal Carolina. San Jose State. This is look at this. People know Coastal Carolina like from the last few years, so they want to pick them. They're being picked 62% of the time. So they're 10-point underdogs. This is insane. Give me San Jose State. Bowling Green, Minnesota. This is actually kind of a fun game. Minnesota is slight favorites. Obviously, no one's going to respect Bowling Green when they're up against a Big Ten team. I'm going to ride with Bowling Green. Give me them for a little upset here. They did upset Georgia Tech earlier this season, so they can play a little bit. This is a fun game. Rice and Texas State. Texas State is electric on offense. They are being heavily picked here. They are 4.5-point favorites for the game. I'm going to take them, but man, I will not be shocked if they lose this game. They are a team that loses games in ways that you did not think would be possible. UNLV, Kansas, big favorites here. I think they're much better than UNLV, especially with UNLV's questions at quarterback. Tulane, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is 7.5-point favorites here. Tulane has had a lot of opt-outs, I believe. Tulane, 82% of the picks. Virginia Tech's favored. Give me VT. West Virginia, North Carolina. West Virginia is really heavy favorites here as well. 6.5 points. Obviously, North Carolina is dealing with some opt-outs. They're only being picked 29% of the time. Give me West Virginia. And this is another example. There's several low-owned picks we've gotten here that are big favorites in their games. So you don't need to get too crazy with some of these games up here. Like you can just play like Air Force, James Madison. Like I might as well just play the chalk here, because I'm getting such an advantage over getting these big favorite teams at low ownership. Like it's fine to play it pretty chalky other than that. We're getting to the bigger games here. Holiday Bowl, USC, Louisville. Louisville, big favorites here. They're being picked 81% of the time. Give me them. Oklahoma State, Texas A&M. Texas A&M slight favorites, but Oklahoma State is heavily favored here. Give me Texas A&M. BC and SMU, another team we bet on quite a bit this season was Boston College, but they have dealt with just I think that they're clearly outmatched here just in general against SMU. SMU is a huge favorite here, over -400 on the money line, so give me them. Miami versus Rutgers. This is a close spread. I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for Miami. I need to check. I'm going to pick Rutgers just because so many people are picking Miami. Rutgers is only +1 on the spread. So this is a place that I think you could look to get a little bit different. NC State, Kansas State. Kansas State is -3, and it's a 50-50, so just give me the favorites. Oklahoma, Arizona. Now, this is a team, you guys know I bet on Arizona quite a bit. They opened as underdogs, and they are now favored in this game. They're 3-point favorites, but Oklahoma's getting 70%. Arizona's a smash pick there at 30%. Kentucky versus Clemson. Clemson is pretty decent size favorites here. I'll go with them. Oregon State, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is touchdown favorites. Don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for Oregon State in that game. The Liberty Bowl, we have Iowa State, Memphis. Iowa State is 8.5-point favorites in this game, but they're being picked only 36% of the time. Give me Iowa State. Ohio State, Missouri. This is one of my biggest stands of bowl season. I think Missouri is going to beat Ohio State. They are 2.5-point favorites. They opened up as almost touchdown underdogs, and they are now 2.5-point favorites. Give me Missouri over the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes, they're going to be playing a new quarterback here, Devin Brown. Don't know if he's going to play good or not, even if he plays better than expected. This is the biggest bowl that Missouri's ever been in. Like, they are going to play very, very hard to try and win the Cotton Bowl. So give me Missouri. Ole Miss versus Penn State. We have Penn State at 3.5-point favorites, but it's a 50-50, so just give me the favorite. Maryland, Auburn. Auburn, 2.5-point favorites. They're the chalkier pick. I'll go with them. And then now we're getting down. Orange Bowl. I mean, there's literally no chance Florida State's beat Georgia in this Orange Bowl. So the fact that 15% of the people are picking Florida State is stupid. The Barstool Bowl, we have Toledo and Wyoming. Wyoming is favored in this game by 3 points. Toledo has had a lot of opt-outs. Give me Wyoming. LSU, Wisconsin. LSU's big favorites here, 95% of the time. I'm just going to go with that there. Oregon, Liberty. Oregon is going to smoke Liberty. 17.5-point spread. Tennessee versus Iowa. Iowa is sizable dogs here. Give me Tennessee. And then we get down to the playoff games. So this is how I think the playoff's going to play out. I'm going to take Alabama over Michigan. I'm going to take Texas over Washington. And I think Texas beats Alabama. Currently, that's my thoughts. I haven't really put any bets in or anything. We have a 9-1 ticket on Alabama from earlier this season. But I like Texas. I think Texas might beat Alabama in this national championship. Are player opt-outs normal, and why is it done? Yeah, so it's not even really just like opt-outs. It's just these kids getting in the portal. So I think overall the portal is good for the sport, but it's bad for bowl season because a lot of kids enter the portal and then they don't play in these bowl games. So like it's crazy. And the public is not, they're not paying attention to stuff. This is why there's such a big edge in this, I think. Like when you're getting like right here, for example, in this Barstool Arizona Bowl, right? So 82% of people are picking Toledo because they know that Toledo has like Daquan Finn, all these guys, and these guys like probably aren't playing in the game. You know, they're in I know for a fact he's going to be transferring, and they've had a couple offensive linemen get in the portal. So 82% of people are picking Toledo based off what they did during the season, but it's not going to be the same team. Like the fact that Vegas is telling you Wyoming's a 3-point favorite here and you get them at 18% picked is just a massive edge. Total score prediction for Texas versus Washington. Yeah, I guess I got to put that in. How many points will be scored in the national championship game? I mean, for Texas, Washington, if you want a score prediction, I'd guess somewhere, like personally, I'd put it somewhere between 55 and 60 points probably would be my guess. Maybe higher, honestly. I don't know. It's really contingent on how Washington's defense plays. But I'd say probably roughly 60 points for the national title, assuming it's Texas versus. If it's Texas versus Bama, like I think it's going to be, I think it would be a close spread in favor of Alabama. Like I think Bama would probably be 3-point favorites or so. I don't know. Total, I would just set it at like 50 maybe. Just to be safe. I have no idea though. And I haven't looked at like any look ahead lines or anything. But I will submit that after we get off here. Who's your mortal lock game? UTSA over Marshall. I think UTSA is going to dominate Marshall. That's my favorite. That would be my favorite, or that's probably my favorite, to be quite honest with you. All right, let me pull up. Let me stop sharing this, and then. Do you think college OT rules will work in the NFL? I don't want to do this. Let me hold on a second. There we go. NBA leans for tonight. Yeah, UTSA -9. Yes. I think that spreads more on draft. What Ryan, if you can answer, where do you see 9.5 at? Let me see what the line is. I swear I saw a bigger line earlier, but maybe I was seeing something different. Yeah, where's 9.5 at? NBA leans for tonight, Chris. I do have one NBA play I like. I can give it out on here. Mine is a friends pool, not. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think they're -13 on DraftKings right now. So not 9.5 is good. Clips -5. No, it's actually a player prop, Mitchell. The NBA play I like for tonight. Let me check what the updated line is though. I don't know if it moved from earlier today. It did move up a little bit, man. I don't know. Let me check. I was gonna say Sabonis over points, not points. Sabonis over rebounds plus assist at 20.5, but now it's 21.5. So I still think you could take 21.5. So I do like Sabonis tonight. Let me see what his PRAs is. Let's see here. Points, rebounds, assist, 39.5. That's probably fine too. It's a really good spot for him against OKC. So I'm into some Sabonis. Even at 21.5, honest odds, it's not going to be as juicy. I don't know what just happened to my screen. I think I lagged for a second. All right. Let's get into this football game real quick before we get out of here. QJ last week. Yeah, I remember you said something. I mean, it's make or break. If Quentin Johnston doesn't do anything tonight, I don't care who's at quarterback. I mean, it's make or break for Quentin Johnston. No Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. Like, he's got to do something tonight. I'm not betting him, but yeah, he has to do something tonight. The guys I like tonight I like Jacoby Myers. I know Adams is playing, and I'm not worried. I don't like Jacoby Myers because of Adams being sick. That's not the reason I like him. I just think that it's a good spot for him, and I don't know. I think that he matches up well versus what the Chargers like to do on defense. I think you could take a stab on him first touchdown. We hit a Jacoby Myers first touchdown earlier this season. So I like him for a first TD pick. I didn't really love any like props. I think you could take a shot on Easton Stick rushing yards. I saw that I don't know, a couple places had him at around 20, and then DraftKings and I think Bet365 had him at 10.5. I would be fine if you could get it around 10, or you could even take a stab on Easton Stick rushing touchdown just because it's like 6-1. But I mean, he does move around and is fairly athletic. And if they get it in close, like maybe he sneaks it in. We've seen a number of quarterback sneak touchdowns on primetime the last few weeks. So you could look at that. The big bet for me is Zamir White. If Josh Jacobs is out, I really, really like Zamir White to score a touchdown. I think the Raiders probably win this game. And I think that he would be the one getting touches in the red zone more so than Abdullah. So Zamir White, if Jacobs is out, is a really, really good look for a touchdown, I think. It should be a fun game, though, overall. Clippers -5. Who do they play? Warriors? I could see that. I don't. Oh yeah, Mitchell. You asked about Draymond earlier. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. The funniest thing ever with that, Mitchell, was Nurkic's quote after when he just said that he needs help. That was so funny. That was like one of my favorite quotes. Sunday I'll be streaming at the normal time, 11. I will be on the road from an undisclosed location though. So my setup is not going to be as good, but I will be live Sunday at 11. Overall, hop in the Discord, download the Betcard app in the App Store, click the chat room link, get in there. I'll be in there all night. I've already posted some plays for NFL tonight. I'll be probably posting another one later on. Yeah, Ryan. So I'm gonna I said it on the cash process. Not sure if you watched that yet, but I'm going to be putting out a video tomorrow morning for the 3-game Saturday slate. I won't have an article for it, but I will have. There'll be a video up tomorrow morning talking about the how I do the other one. Like I'll have DraftKings pulled up and I'll go through the positions. So tomorrow morning there will be a video for the Saturday slate. I'll have obviously core plays up for the subscribers for Saturday slate, and then we got normal routine on Sunday as well. Timberwolves road dogs versus Mavs. Let's check out the stuff here. Yeah, Chris, there's a ton of sharp money coming in on them. You can see here they opened up as 2.5. It's moved to 1. Let me check what Moneyline Predictor says. It does have Dallas as a positive edge, but there's a lot of sharp money coming in on Minnesota. I haven't taken anything in that game, but if you want to, the money would agree with you. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. I'll be, like I said, there'll be a video up tomorrow, and then I'll be live Sunday morning. Good luck with your bets tonight, and I'll see you guys this weekend.